Hi, this is Anko from AmateurIllustrator.com, and of course I have my website at squidsickle.com. I wanted to put together a little bit of information for one of the users on the Amateur Illustrator boards. He's getting ready to convert one of his graphics, or I should say have one of his graphics put on a vinyl plotter so he can have a sticker of it. I deal a lot with vinyl plotters, and of course I just wanted to go over some basic information about them. First thing we are going to do is essentially just create a circle. And we'll put that right there. Okay, so throw in another circle. And finally we'll do one more. Now, given this is a sticker that I don't think anybody would ever want, but we'll just work with this. Now, at first glance, if you look at this, you're going to think that the vinyl plotter is going to follow along the outside edge of the black areas and cut this out. That's not true. Vinyl plotters care about one thing. They care about the paths. So they don't care about strokes and they don't care about fills. They will ignore them completely. So as things stand right now, if you were to take this graphic into a vinyl plotter, it is going to follow each individual path and make a cut on each individual path. Think of the paths as a road map for the razor blade to follow, because that's exactly what's going to happen. The razor blade is going to trace each individual piece and cut it out in vinyl. Easiest way to correct this, it's been one of those days, go up to your Pathfinder, click Add to Shape Area. Now if we do this, it does turn this into a single object. That's great, but at the same time we still have these paths in here. What we need to do is click Expand. After we click Expand, we've got a single path that runs along the entire outside of the graphic. That'll get everything clean and exactly where you want it to be. Now if you have pieces in here that are cut out, absolutely, you can then take another circle, place it in there. So what'll happen, even though if we don't click on this, it looks like the same graphic, if this were taken into a vinyl plotter, it's going to cut along the outside once again, and it's going to cut this out too. So keep that in mind. Now, one of the other issues is strokes. As I mentioned, vinyl plotters don't care about strokes. So we're going to show you a way to get around that using Illustrator. I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a one-point stroke. So we've got a circle with a one-point stroke. Let's go ahead and we'll ramp that up to a 15-point stroke. Okay, one circle, 15-point stroke. If we plot this in a vinyl plotter, once again, it's just going to follow the path. It will not see the edges of the stroke at all. If you want it to be able to see the edge of the stroke, all you have to do is highlight your object, go up to Object, Expand. We're going to get a dialog box that says Expand, Fill, and Stroke. Sounds good to us. We hit OK. There we are. We've got a path on the outside, path on the inside. So now if this were taken into a vinyl plotter, it would cut along the outside edge and the inside edge. Now the next part is not necessarily related to vinyl plotting, but it does have to do with a question that was brought up. We were talking about different stroke alignments in order to basically get different graphic effects or get more of what you're looking for. Let's start off by creating a circle, and we're going to use our handy Alt drag to get another circle, and of course we can hit the fantastic Control D to duplicate that. We've got 3 circles. Let's take away those fills, convert them to strokes. Now that they're converted to strokes, we can go ahead and we'll ramp those up again to 10-point strokes. On this circle, we've got a 10-point stroke aligned to center. You can find this over here in the stroke box. Weight 10 points, align to center. Now another option that you have is you can align that stroke to the inside. That means that your entire stroke is now moving from your path inside 10 points. The other option that you have is to align it to the outside. Once again, we have our path and we have a 10-point stroke leading outside of the object. So even though these look like they are 3 different size circles, they're actually the same size circles, just with different strokes applied to them. So, clearly this might help you in certain situations when you're creating your graphics. That is about all I wanted to cover, and of course if you guys have any more questions or anything else I can do, let me know and I'll try to put one of these together for you. Hope it's been informative, and thanks for taking the time to listen.